So Melody's new cage finally came. It's the 4-story chew-proof critter cage from Ware. I've seen a couple people use these online in their cage tours, but I've only seen one cage review. So I'm excited to put it together and give a little cage review on it. So overall, this cage has not been easy to put together. It's super flimsy, so I've used crafting wire to hold it together. Like it doesn't stay together when you put it up, which I kind of knew to expect because a couple people had mentioned that in the Amazon reviews. And then also this part came damaged, so it's bent, you can see, and so I'm not really sure. I'm gonna have to put some wire there or something because it doesn't seem super sturdy. Otherwise though, like, it's a good size and that's why I bought it. It was about $35 US. So Canadian it was a bit more, but it's still less expensive than this Tiny Tails cage. So I kind of was in it for the size more so, and kind of with the hope that I could do things to improve it. So something else that's important to know about this cage is that the shelves are wire. So I made these little covers just out of fleece that I sewed in a cylinder. Otherwise, the shelves I think are pretty cool actually, but what I found difficult is that some of the hooks don't like fit through the spacing. It's almost like they weren't cut properly, so it was slightly difficult to put them in place. That being said, they do make the cage sturdier when they're in there, so I kind of like that. So another thing I'm not crazy about is my rat will 100% be able to open this. So I'm gonna have to put like safety pins or something on them. So Melody's in here. So far she seems to like it. One last thing I'm not crazy about is that it's just the solid top. There's no door on the top, which I mean, not every cage can have it, but this just has the two on the front. And I find I really miss having the top door. So I got her basket up there. That was really hard because the top door is not there, but you know, just another little level for her. And if I wanted to, I could add a third shelf. I'm gonna add other things for her to climb, so I don't think I'm going to right now. And then there are also these ramps that come with it, but I don't really use ramps in my cages. I just let them figure out how to climb, so I'm gonna skip using these as well. Although I can see why if you got them and you covered them in fleece or some fabric, they'd be pretty useful. And yeah, you can see this is not staying on particularly well. And so that's another thing I don't love. I'm gonna put the camera down so I can fix it. So I've been kind of heavy on things I don't like about this cage, but I thought I'd spend some time talking about what I do like. All in all, it is like an easy design to put together. If the hooks stayed in place, it would be super easy to put together. I like how shallow the pan is actually. I find it easier to put the bedding down, although some people prefer a deeper pan. This one's only about maybe 2 inches. My other cage has quite a deep one, and I find there's no place great to tuck the bedding. I also like the style of the wire fitting all the way down inside. You can see like the wire sits inside the pan, and that's pretty cool because again you could tuck the bedding under there, and that would make it easier if you use like fleece liners. The bar spacing's great. It's the perfect size, and I really like, I'll step back. I really like the height of this cage, and I really like that it comes with levels. I wish the levels weren't mesh, as that can give them bumblefoot or they could catch a little toe. There's all these reasons you don't want to use a wire floor. But just in general, like, I like the cage. I'll probably use it eventually as a cage extension on my main cage. Because yeah, I think it's pretty cute, and it's a good size for a quarantine cage or for an extension. It's still not big enough for a single rat to live in, and it's marketed as a hamster cage, which I'm not sure about that because it is so tall. I think hamsters actually prefer more ground space. Overall, I don't think I'd recommend buying this. I think I'm not unhappy that I did. There are some things I will use it for, but for how much it cost, 35 American before shipping, but then with shipping, handling taxes, all in all, it came to around 75 Canadian, which is still way better than my Tiny Tails cage in terms of price, but I don't know, I still would expect a bit better quality for the price I paid. One example, as you can see here, like some of the metal came scraped up and it's just not great. So I don't know, all in all it works for the quarantine, and it will probably be a really cute cage extension when I get to that point. But I probably wouldn't buy it again. I'd probably go shopping in store or on a Canadian online store and look for something for around $75 that would be a better quality. Anyways, that's my thoughts. Thanks for watching.